Welcome to the Building One Story at a Time podcast. I'm your host, Stephanie LaChance. Today, I am joined by Bill Patrick from EGStoltzfus, Director of Sales and Marketing. He is going to be joining us again today to give us our second Market Watch update. Welcome, Bill.
Thanks, Stephanie. Great to be back. Kind of an exciting time here for you at the design studio. I know you've been very busy.
We have been, yes.
Yeah, just keeping up with so many people who've decided to make the move and get into a new home in time for a new life they'll start in 2024.
Yes, we have definitely been feeling the rush, I would say. We have not slowed down at all, just like most industries. Real estate is cyclical. But I feel like we've been riding the high of the wave for a while, so,
yeah, so true.
It's been pretty steady.
Yeah, lots to be grateful for, and maybe we can talk a little bit about why so many people are still making a move when others are sitting on the sideline, and what's a good sound strategy to home ownership at any time. So, do you have any thoughts? Why don't I turn the question to you? Any thoughts when you are engaged with people who are right here, excited about owning a new home, excited about all the new finishes? What are they expressing to you about their choice to move in 2024?
Yeah, that's a great question, Bill. Actually, I'll tell a story. We have a house that is for sale, a resale house. It's not our house. But it was a new house we just finished about 2 years ago. The buyers have only lived there 2 years. It's actually in a neighborhood we completed already, so we don't have any more homes for sale there. But it is a home plan that we're still building. And recently we had some buyers come through the design studio who had looked at this house, they had considered it. And because the house, the resale, is so competitively priced to a new construction home, they decided to go the new construction route. So they get to pick everything out. They get to have it completely personalized to their tastes and their lifestyle. So I think it's kind of a testament to the market right now and just how much of an increase we're seeing because of that low supply.
Yeah, so true. And a lot of people have been sitting on the sidelines and have now decided that life goes on. Interest rates are, of course, higher than the artificial environment we had for several years, actually going back almost a decade. But current rates still sit in the range of our 50-year historical average in the mid-sevens for a typical buyer. There are different situations that affect that rate, but it's still solid. So it's great to hear people are excited about getting on with life and starting new and in a new EGStoltzfus home with excitement and enthusiasm. So, one of the things that affects market, I've got some stuff here in front of me, is the inventory of resale. Since you mentioned that resale continues to be low, and there's also, with that low inventory, quite a bit of frustration in the process of buying a used home. It's no secret, that anybody who's in the market has seen or tried to buy a resale, and we get probably one, maybe two sales a month where people have just given up on that segment of the market and want some certainty, want to know that the price that they start out considering will be the price at which they purchase, not 5, 10 or more percent higher in a bidding war. So the combination of those two things, and the idea that if interest rates do come down, with the expense of money lowering, people being able to afford more house because of a lower interest rate, the conventional thinking among economists and market watchers and frontline realtors and sales professionals is that's just going to translate into higher prices.
Mm-hmm. I want to touch on a piece of the uncertainty you just mentioned regarding inspection. So for a resale home, a lot of these contracts are having to be written with inspections waived for resale homes. So if this home looks like, you finally found a home, you get your offer in, your offer is accepted. However, now you're going in with an added level of uncertainty because you aren't able to have that inspection completed, or maybe you're still able to have it completed and at least you can know, but now you're under contract to buy this house, and regardless of whether or not you know everything that's wrong with it, I'd say that's an added benefit of new construction, is that you don't have the uncertainty of having to wonder, how old is this roof? How close is it to needing to be repaired or replaced? Same with the mechanical systems of the house. Like with the new construction home, we are going to be passing all of the township inspections for your home. So we're going to know that all of these systems are brand new. They all come with a 1-year home warranty from EGStoltzfus, and a lot of these things also have a limited manufacturer's warranty as well. So that's just another added level of peace of mind to carry with you as you're shopping new construction versus resale.
Yeah, that's a super point. That a used home, oftentimes, what confidence you could gain through an inspection and a full understanding of the status of that home, in order to even get into the home, you must give up that function, that ability to plan and understand what costs you're going to be hit with in initially and in the coming years. Whereas with a new home, an EGStoltzfus home, it's something I think I've said before in our last podcast. You've got that footer to ridge coverage for 1 year, and many years after that, where your housing cost outside of that mortgage payment and any additional customization you might want to do is fixed. It's set. And that translates somewhat into a lifestyle, whether if you were buying a used home that needed work. And we know that in our area in particular, there's statistics that are showing that more than 70% of homes on the market are going to be remodeled in order to bring them in line with just some current standards. That's something that won't be happening with a new EGStoltzfus home. Again, a lifestyle. You're not working with contractors. You're not working on the weekends, maybe as a do-it-yourselfer. You are out there doing other things on the weekends, and that's a great choice and a feeling to have that kind of confidence.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of these data points you brought with you today. Is this just for Q1 for Lancaster County?
Yeah, it is. So we don't have any real crunch data yet, just being in the middle of the second quarter. But things are trending actually in the wrong direction for inventory. Last year, 2 years ago in 2022, in Lancaster County, we had about 389 homes. We moved in the right direction, up to 506 on the market. And this first quarter of 2024, down to 471. So relief from just the simple supply and demand numbers game, it isn't coming. So we again provide additional housing, and that's the only way prices are going to come down, is by building more, or if there's a wholesale change in the attitude of a large segment of the market who feels great about that interest rate that they got and don't want to let go of it. So that's not moving in the right direction in Lancaster County. Now, across the river, in the two other main markets we're in right now, Cumberland County, some homes for sale have gone up a bit, about 15% increase in Cumberland County. A lot of that, I do believe, is new construction up there. There's been a huge boom over the last 5 to 10 years.
Lots of new construction in that area.
Yeah. Where we've got Highland Ridge, we're closing out, and Spring Meadow Reserve over in the Cumberland Valley School District. York County is relatively flat and has been stuck in the mid 600s for 3 years now. So that market, we know, is unique, as every local market is, when it comes to real estate pricing and availability, and the factors that drive it are very close to home.
So back to Lancaster County, if I'm looking at this data correctly, it looks like the median home sale price year over year has increased 10%, almost 11%.
Yeah, that is a solid fact of market issues. Again, supply, demand. The wonderful thing about Central Pennsylvania, I think my whole life, and that's a significant amount of sampling, given how long I've been around. Lancaster, York, Harrisburg markets have not traditionally been boom or bust. A solid 3, 4, 5%, I think, is the historical average going back, again, 50, 60 years. But that kind of appreciation is probably among the best trends in that period. So 10%, and there is no sign based on inventory and general market activity that's going to stop. So somebody bought a house with us last year. They probably are in a position that's really strong for being a first-year home buyer with equity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned earlier before we started the podcast that you wanted to talk about the value of home ownership a bit. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, a lot of people make the jump initially from being a renter to a home owner, and that move, since you have to live somewhere, really is the idea that your wealth is building in an asset, and you're living in this asset. So the concept that the market forces of appreciation are delivering growth and a net worth over a period of time that really can't be rivaled. Again, when you factor in paying rent versus owning, that money that you might have to stretch a bit for, it brings a great return, and it really is the cornerstone of the American wealth building system is home ownership. So we have one product that I'd like to highlight, especially for somebody who's considering a first time home purchase. It's our Lime Spring Village neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Townhouse.
Yeah, lots of first time home purchases in there.
Yeah. So one of the things that first time home buyers often have to contend with are investors. And we've had some investors purchasing at Lime Spring Village, but we've seen them back off. the market's shifting a little bit just this year. And, it after a long entry into the market, maybe they're ready to cash some things out and change their portfolio around. Well, that's good news for first-time home buyers, I think, across all segments of used homes and new construction, entry-level homes.
Yeah, it's a great entry-level neighborhood. We have townhomes there that are 3 bedrooms. We also just introduced a new home plan there, the Parish. Yeah. That one is going to have an optional 4th bedroom as well as a walkout basement. So lots of potential for that house for our first-time home purchasers. You can really kind of grow into that space for these home plans.
Yeah, we finished out our Mifflins there. Still have a handful of Aberdeens left, which are a tremendous value to get started. And as we come around the corner, they're in the neighborhood around the Loop. The parishes are starting, and we'll be back to some Hershey's. So if anybody out there is listening and fits the profile of somebody who's ready to get started building some wealth and ownership, great thing about that is a lifestyle decision too. There's snow and mow, so you're building equity. You're controlling your home as your own, and you can, to a large degree, live with the homeowner association taking care of the exterior for you.
That's true. A home is really the only asset I think you can live in that will appreciate.
Yeah, that's true. You can't. You really can't do it with a car, even if you're in that situation. So,
as much as we love van life,
yeah, that's not an appreciating asset anyway. So.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us today, Bill. I think that it was a very important and interesting conversation. I can't wait to see what you bring us for an update for Q2.
That's great. Thank you, Stephanie, and appreciate you and Katie getting the word out and sharing all of your tips on this format. And I'll catch you next month.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.